Hi, Mr. Jacklin. Not sure if you're wanting to continue the video questions, but if so, I had one. I was going to ask you, please. My teacher has told me in the past that most of the fight altercation is decided before it begins by whoever is most successful with intimidation. I would like to ask you, what intimidation techniques did you use on your opponents right before the kickboxing match or street fight was about to go? Also, how do you personally keep yourself from becoming intimidated or scared before fighting someone? I am talking about before the fighting starts, and a highly skilled fighter in the street or in the ring, not just some average person starting something with you that has no skills or even close to what you know. I would love to learn from you and use what works for you. Okay, that's a really deep question. I appreciate it. Thank you, Kyle. Um, Basically, I don't intimidate anybody, or I don't try to. I don't care about that. I don't care what they think, feel, or do. I know what I can do. And if it was a pro kickboxing fight and I got my 8 weeks in, which I rarely did once I started doing movies, but when I did, you know, that's it. I'm good. There's nothing that can stop me, really. And so I never worried about intimidation. Matter of fact, I was kind of the opposite. I was very polite and earnest. I wouldn't want to disrespect anybody, dishonor anybody. All the shit I see at the UFC today, I know it's turned into WWF, World Wrestling Federation, because it's all about money in this day and age. But it wasn't that way when I fought. We fought for the love of the game. There was no money. I got paid $2,400, I think, to fight Javier Mendez for the world title. So it was for our pride. It was for the love of the game. Period. So I would never want to disrespect anybody, talk bad about their wife or their themselves. I just looked them in the eyes right before the fight and gave them the nod, like, here we go to a good fight. So no intimidation needed. If you train and become the warrior that you are, you never need to play mental games. You just apply the technique, apply the technique, and know that you won't run out of gas if you were able to train correctly. And that's it. That's it. So yeah, I don't need any kind of games, head game. It's all about, if somebody's hurting somebody else, is usually the only reason why I get into a fight. Nobody starts fights with me, but if they did, it would just be 1-2 down the middle, as I taught you before. And if somebody else is hurting somebody else, I'll jump in and stop it. But there's no mental game involved. It's just apply the technique. That's what a good martial artist does. Yeah, good question, brother. And just to add to that, because I thought about it after I turned it off, I'm more of a like a samurai warrior. It's about honor and respect. I believe in death before dishonor. I believe in seppuku. You can look that up if you've never heard of it. That's where, if a Japanese warrior samurai dishonored his master somehow by failing his mission, he would take his own samurai sword and not only stab him, like puncture himself, he would have to like then cut off the organs. I don't know how to do it, so I don't know if I could do it. But I mean, I'm that intense with this. I believe in death before dishonor, so I would probably commit seppuku if I thought I dishonored at least my master, if not anyone really. So that's the thing about fighting. You don't ever fight for your ego. You're fighting. If you're a martial art master like myself, you don't ever fight unless somebody is stupid enough to start with you or they're beating somebody else up in front of you. Then they're in big trouble. So that's why, to answer your question, yeah, I don't need to play head games. There's no intimidation. They probably will just see it in my eyes, that it's kill or be killed with me, basically. I mean, as soon as the guy's rendered, like I've been in so many street fights where I'll knock the guy down and that's it. I'm not going to give him the boots. I stop other people from giving him the boots. I remember one time I knocked this guy down and a bunch of people jumped in and started giving the boots. Cops, a couple of cops were even giving him the boots. I pushed the cops off the guy that just tried to kill me because he was done. You don't need to beat anybody up once they're done. So, martial arts is about honor and integrity, period. That's it.